So we'll start from the traditional style, right?
Okay.
But what I want y'all to start doing is literally taking your body, and when you're picking your side, whatever side you go, you'll see how my head is underneath, my body's underneath, my foot is up, and I'm like this. But you see from here, I could get underneath him easy, right? Because I'm already at an angle.
Yeah, you're angled to hit. Right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, if you look, my hip and me are crunched, we're close, right? And I'm able to maneuver to one side pretty easy. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So if I wanted to put my full body onto one side, there would be very little difference between this and this, right? And even if that meant coming behind first and then going. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so I just want y'all to get in the habit of going here, having like this, and then take your hands, put it over, push away, and just getting this kind of like arm bar set up. I don't want you to do an arm bar, I just want you to get used to taking your hips from being here to being here. Okay? What we're gonna do is we're gonna do an intermediate spot, right? I want you to take here, right? And I'm going to basically do all the same things. My foot's gonna be up, right? This foot's gonna try to maintain that inside space. And I want you to replace this elbow with this leg.
Going for like kind of almost a crucifix.
Think of a triangle,
Okay.
right?
Ooh, yeah.
I don't know if you were gonna grab like that arm with your legs, but
You thinking like a go-go?
no,
Because you can do that.
I was thinking something else.
Right, but anyway, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna get to this kind of position, and we're gonna replace this elbow with our shin. Okay? So we're literally just gonna go, take the back control, settle it down, right? You can go foot to foot, whatever you want, right? But all I'm gonna do is replace this spot, right? Like so. Okay? You see how I don't remove this fully until this is on top?
Yes.
Okay? So again, we're gonna take it, we're gonna break it down to one side. I'm gonna take my knee and try to put it on the opposite side, right? See how it's up, right? Crossing the body, right? And from here, I'm going to take and basically swim my leg. Nice little circular motion, right? And I'm gonna climb it up, right? So I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna straighten it a little bit, right? See how when I straighten, I kind of pinch things together, right? I'm gonna pinch it, push it, circle, right? And then I will drag it on top of their head typically, and then replace it on this side. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Now, even if I am just locking up, maintaining, right? How much easier is it for me to get from here to here?
Much easier. You're closer. You cut
Right,
the distance.
because I'm much closer, right?
Yeah.
And if I start to contract and they start to move or anything, doesn't really matter.
Nice.
So I'm just going over the head, right? Okay, so that's what I want you to work. I want you to get to this kind of position, come over. You see I'm pressing away, right? Lock it up, lock it up. Okay? So we've established how we set up the position, right? We're here, we lock up, right? And we're basically gonna push them a little bit down in our hip line, right? From here, you see I'm controlling that space with my hand, right? Kind of like a teepee choke. I'm gonna straighten my hand. I'm going to fill it, right? And now I will glide over, right? And again, I can either go on top and break it, or I can go underneath, and it won't matter either way. I can connect my hands. So here, right, what submissions do you think we have? Well, obviously, I've got the shoulder isolated, right? Right? So,
More of our combat.
yep, all the traditional ones, but don't forget, right? You have here, right? And you also have the shoulder, right? Now, I don't recommend strictly going for this triangle from this like back position, like as a straight out, because you normally need to have this leg being the cross leg, right? Because I need to cut off this side. And a lot of people think you use this leg as the cross leg, so they don't get very far. However, if you put your hand here, right, and you can close this space, that in fact will work, right? The reason why it works is it follows the same principles. So let's say I was here, right, and I never got rid of this hand, right, and I just keep it like this and I start to TP choke, right? This triangle is good, right? As soon as I take the hand out, right, I am no longer doing a triangle choke. I should do something more like a go-go or something of that nature, or I can get this foot to be the cross foot, right, where I start to cross it back over.
That works. Well,
Of
you
course
already
it
are
works.
working crossing the foot over, so you're already in that position.
So what I'm working is this, right? We're working on getting like so, right? And that has everything to do with this leg kind of being a chest control. Now we're going to replace that with this one if we want to try to do a traditional triangle. We're not going to do that today, right? Today we're just going to have it locked up. We're going to take this kind of high guard dominant position, right? And you can, if you want to do a triangle choke, you do a TP style where you take your hands, you straighten them, and you press down with your knee, right? And you straighten everything, right? It does work, I promise, right? Now, assuming we don't want to do any of that stuff, and assuming we really want the arm to having, you know, good arm fight, right? And we're like, oh, I can't get it, I need more support. We're just going to press the head away, replace this, right? I'm just going to replace my hand again with my foot, right? This allows me to push him away, right? But not only does it allow me to push him away, it allows me to lay him down, right? So it's giving me more and more access to this shoulder, right? So what I'm doing, right, when I'm like this, is I'm controlling that shoulder line positioning, right? And you see, extend it out. Now I take that space. That's already tight, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right? And I don't have an elbow straight or anything, but if I start to do this, there's so much tension already, right? So that's what I'm looking to do, is I'm looking to get that kind of isolation and that kind of tension, right? So when we're here, right, I'm gonna start to extend things, right? Getting it further away, filling that space, and then I'm going to fill that space again. And I can literally just pinch that shoulder and then start to extend. So that's the finishing mechanics for that, right? How we get to that position, we've just worked, like the stages, right? We work one leg up into here, and then we work one leg over, and we either go belly down, or we end up with our back to the floor. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Everyone's tracking? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, no, the belly to the floor? No, not
Okay.
that part. But because I already saw you go back to the floor.
So here,
Can you run that one?
boom, right? We're here, right? I'm gonna replace my hand, right? This is belly to the floor.
That works just fine.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
This is the braking mechanic, like if you can get it. Most often, people end up like this. And this is how we traditionally do kinds of braking, but I think this one's far weaker than belly down.
Well, belly down looks like you're in a worse spot to try and like get out. But then your extremities are on the ground already, so you might have an easier time to get out.
So the problem